But it's kind of crazy that America is still this is this is where a lot of places are connected. If you go out into the boonies, you don't have cable. Our country doesn't care about infrastructure or connecting people with modern internet infrastructure, which is insane. Like my town in Maine, nah, you can't get it. In Kansas, the house in Kansas, even though it's pretty close to a big city and between a college town, no, you can't get internet. You had to do satellite. That's insane because our country doesn't care about infrastructure or providing people basic services. The basic services kind of ended, what, 75 years ago, longer, when they ran phone lines everywhere, phone lines and electricity. That was the last time people cared about infrastructure. Was that, oh, we gotta get every house phone lines and electricity. Water, no. Sewage, no. But we'll get you your phone line, and even electricity. No, you go out into the boonies on in Maine, and hard to get internet or hard to get electricity in some places. I guess they have it along all the public roads. But if you live back anymore, the government's not gonna help you run electricity back to your house or anything like that. There's no subsidies or anything to help you get powered up, and they just don't even have the option for internet, so forget about that. Thankfully, Starlink came along, but then the only problem is Starlink's run by an insane person. So the government should probably have done that instead and actually provided infrastructure for the country. But we've moved on from those days where the government cared about providing for the people, and now it is private industry will maybe provide for the people if the price is right, maybe. Did you also see Amazon is switching away from the post office? That's the next move coming with Amazon is they're going to handle their own deliveries. And what that's going to mean is not a free delivery for people on the boonies. Because right now the post office, again, an old institution about getting infrastructure and services for everybody, is that's why people are able to get mail out in the middle of nowhere. Amazon's going off of that, which means people on the boonies are gonna have to pay for their delivery. Not great, not great. But they're also gonna save a lot of money as a company by doing that, because right now they have a deal with USPS to deliver everything for Amazon. I don't know. I think it's crazy our society has abdicated all responsibility for providing infrastructure for people or society or even the concept of it. Now everybody just starts all the boomers start screaming, "It's socialism, it's socialism." Yet they're collecting government checks each month for their social security. Socialism unless it benefits them. Oh, and they also have healthcare, socialized healthcare for old people. That's pretty nice. Lucky them. Lucky them. Socialism's only bad when it benefits anybody but a boomer in America. And I don't think it's gonna change because we're gonna run out of money. Boomers have run up the debt so high that we're gonna have to start doing austerity. And when we start doing austerity measures, it's going to be without a built up infrastructure to support like a base level. It's just gonna get bad. It's just gonna get bad for everybody. We're just gonna start canceling it. We're just no more social security, no more old people health care. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. But maybe anything's possible. If the market like turns over, yeah. Because the market is shaky. Right now, the market is having a lot of issues. Everybody's putting everything on debt. This holiday, everybody's doing all buy now, pay later for all their purchases, which not really what you want in a society where people need to buy things to keep prices up. I think we're just gonna have more K-shaped economy. Poor people are gonna get more poor and put things more on debt and keep thinking that debt is a great way to solve their problems. Spoilers, it is not. It just makes your problems way worse. And then we're gonna have all the hyperscalers keep continuing on with the AI, and businesses are gonna shift over to more robotics and make more money, and things are gonna be great. People say, "Oh, but if everybody loses their jobs, who's gonna keep these companies up?" That's a good question. Don't get me wrong, that's a good question. If everybody's losing their jobs, all the companies are gonna get screwed. The entire economy is gonna how are you gonna work a economy without people? Because you still need lower like a mass of people that are buying up stuff generally, or a lot of industries at least. The tricky question. Or are we going to be transitioning into society where just richer people are buying up everything. Because right now, rich people are doing most of the spending already. So I don't know. I do not know for sure. I have faith that like society and people are going to figure it out, that they're going to figure out some type of economic model to make it work with to keep people alive, basically, to not let everybody just go out of a job and then kicked to the curb and then it's all mulched, turned into soylent green. I don't think we're headed that direction because it doesn't really benefit the elites to just mulch everybody. There's enough land for everybody. Who knows? Who knows how it unfolds, but it will unfold. And so what can you do about it? You just gotta wait and see what happens. And basically, it's not the solution to all these fears is not, we need to blow up AI. We need to stop progress. We all gotta become Amish. That's not the solution. I know people are scared, but that's just irrational. Just irrational. The solution is to push government to adapt and to fill in the spots where society is going to need it. What society does, what a government is for filling in the gaps of 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 a society. You can't just let it go to cold hard capitalism to solve everything because it will mulch everybody. Cold hard capitalism will mulch everybody because it doesn't really care. It has been mulching everybody in America for a long time. That's why we let a ton of people die every year because they bring no value to health insurance or healthcare. So let them die. Who cares? Even though we could save them for like a couple dollars, who cares? Who cares? Capitalism has no interest in them. They are of no value. So dead or alive, doesn't matter. And I think that's what's going to happen if people allow their country and government to do that. Now, most countries are not going to do that. Most countries in this world have healthcare. Most countries in this world have some form of a government that actually listens to the people. I think America is very unique that it has a government that is absolutely no interest, no interest in what the masses of people think. So yeah, Americans are fucked. Americans are fucked unless they stand up and actually try and change things and stop being goddamn idiots. Goddamn idiots arguing about trans people eating babies in bathrooms. If they stand up and stop just being just ridiculous, yeah, they could solve it. They could solve it. They could join the rest of the entire world. And or not. Or they could just become a uniquely American dystopia. But as a subject, a larger subject, I don't think it's doom and gloom for the world because I think a lot of countries kind of do more care about their people than Americans do. So they're going to be fine. They're going to figure it out. Like China, I have faith that China would figure it out because China seems interested in lifting up their people more than America does and like providing for their people, building infrastructure and moving things forward. Again, even though there's problem in China, look at where they've come in the last 30 years, last 50 years. It's night and day, and they're still moving in a positive direction. America, on the other hand, again, are just letting a lot of the people get mulched when they don't have to. There's no reason for it. We have plenty of resources, plenty of resources. We just don't care. Our society fundamentally, like so, Asian cultures tend to be more collective, more working for the greater good, believing in the idea of society. America is very unique in the world that we do not. We do not. We think society is about fucking over everybody else. I got mine. I got mine. Lone wolf. Everybody's a lone wolf. And under that lens, yeah, you're going to get screwed if AI comes up and you haven't fixed that. If you haven't solved that, that should be people's priority number one. It shouldn't be complaining about technology advancing. It shouldn't be complaining about the world moving forward. It should be, oh shit, we got to fix our government. Is what everybody should be tweeting about and being angry about. They see the writing on the wall and they're actually serious about fixing anything. That's how you fix things. And then no matter what happens with AI, you're going to be fine because the government is going to be actually concerned about the people. And then whatever taxes need to be in place, whatever programs need to be in place, whatever needs to happen, the people are a priority. We don't have that now. And trying to stop AI from happening is a non-starter. That's just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So, yeah, Americans need to make their choice. Need to make their choice and not just angry tweet about AI, I don't know, drawing a picture. Gonna do nothing. Angry tweet about, I don't know, your government being in the hands of a Nero-like senior citizen. Or not just in the hands of a senior citizen, the entire government is an elderly care home. The entire government. There was a senator or something like that who went missing. She was in an important committee, important congressperson or senator, forget which one. She went missing for 6 months. And then her staffers kept putting out, "Oh, she's sick. This and that. No problems, no problems." Eventually, they found she was in a dementia home. She was in an elderly dementia home. This is insane. Or Dianne Feinstein, who stayed while she was completely, completely gone. Poof. She had staffers whispering in her ear what to say as they wheeled her around in the highest positions of power in our government. It's an elderly daycare. It's insane. It's actually insane. If people cared about the country, if people cared about anything or fixing anything in the country, they'd be rioting. They'd be marching on the government going, "What the fuck is this?" They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. They're complaining about trans people eating babies in bathrooms. That's issue number one, or immigrants, or some other bullshit that has no impact on anything. And that's why, yeah, Americans are fucked. Americans are super fucked. The rest of the world's gonna be fine. Americans, though, are gonna be enjoy dystopia. I mean, you're already in it. We're already in it. And I encountered a lot of the level of dystopia when I was dealing with my mother with cancer and the care that she was getting. You know what they did with a elderly woman? She had money. She had insurance. You know what they were doing with her? Trying to kill her daily, trying to straight up just kill her. You may be thinking that I'm exaggerating. Nope. Nope. They were trying to straight up kill her day after day. Like she had on her chart that because she was having trouble swallowing, which is what happens when you enter the later stages of cancer and things like this. So what they were doing is they were giving her water. Now, what happens when you give somebody water who can't swallow is it goes into their lungs and then they start aspirating. So it was on the chart, don't do this, it's going to kill this person. They just kept doing it. They don't care. They actively were trying to kill this old woman throughout the whole process in so many different ways. It was astounding, but then also I was like, "Yeah, it's America." Yeah, I'm not overly surprised. I'm not overly surprised. I guess it makes a lot of financial, economic sense. That makes a lot of capitalism. Why would you keep an old lady alive if she's just draining resources? All right, mulch her up, I guess. Have fun. And that's what they did at the very end. They gave her morphine to finish her off. Because once you give an elderly person morphine that is in such a bad condition, it'll kill them. And that's what they did at the very end. I was like, oh, well, that's rough. That's rough. So, and not only that, but everybody was pushing for it too. Everybody was pushing, give her morphine, finish her off. Finish her off. Let her go. Personally, me, if I'm in that situation, it's gonna be like, nah, let's just see how I do on my own. You don't have to actively try and kill me. I'm probably gonna shove off on my own pretty soon, but also not the way it works. Kind of like with doctors and C-sections and pregnancies. The reason that they push for C-sections on everybody because they got a schedule to keep. They got more money to make. Having a long drawn out pregnancy is very inconvenient. So cut you up like a watermelon and pop that sucker out and move on. Boom, boom, boom. 10 minutes. 10 minutes done, move on. Make money. People don't fully understand what type of society they're in. And people should probably be angry about it. Me, I'm less angry about it because I'm leaving. I'm leaving. It's not my problem anymore. Everybody else's problem. And, oh, you're fucked. We're all fucked. Well, not we. Me for the next 3 months. As long as nothing happens in the next 3 months, I'll be kind of good. But after that, as Americans going to have to deal with American shit. And they seem to refuse to. Every issue in America everybody seems to completely ignore the prison issue. Prison in America is monstrous, like straight up monstrous, and nobody seems to give a shit. It's like, all right, weird. I don't know. So everybody's going to argue about team red or team blue and this and that, tinkering around the edges. And then AI is going to come along, and I guess people are going to get mulched. And don't worry, don't worry. When America starts mulching most of its population because it makes economic sense, the rest of the world might try and stop it. It might be like a Nazi Germany sort of situation where the rest of the world's going, "Oh, hey, don't do that." Especially if they start marching on like Canada and their neighbors and Venezuela and like going crazy with it. The rest of the world might try and stop it, I guess. Well, I mean, we're doing it kind of now, but we're still in the position where we're in charge. Give it 10 years, 20 years, that's going to shift. And maybe other countries are going to start changing their allegiances and stop being, Americans' lapdogs and going, hey, China, we're going to team up with you, though. Get us out of this whole deal with America. The world order will shift. And then when America goes crazy, because I have a feeling it's going to go crazy in that direction, just kind of feels like what Americans do. The rest of the world will pull a World War II sort of situation and try and stop it. Seems like a slow-moving train wreck to me that seems kind of inevitable given what I know about American society and their interest in any of it, any of the problems. No interest. None. Oh, well. Oh, well, I'll be elsewhere. I'll be in Japan or China or anywhere else. What can you do? We're in idiocracy. Full on. This whole everything. It's depressing to think about. But again, as I always say, you can focus on yourself. These may be macro trends and geopolitical trends that are going to happen and what's going to happen in society in general. Pretty evident. But as an individual, you can get out of it. You can make plans to go somewhere else. You can relocate, work on visas, just strategize about your life, try to make money in the short term, save up money, and figure out where you want to go, how you want to live life. And if you see a big issue coming, swerve, dodge, get out of Dodge, or go to a more remote part of America. Or I don't know. There's a lot of ways to try and distance yourself from the oncoming disasters. And again, it's going to be very slow moving. It's just going to be progressively each year a little bit more deranged each year. And how big of an issue is it really if the military goes into something like Venezuela or invades Canada or takes Greenland? How big of an issue is it really for Americans? It's pretty easy to ignore as an American. You just got to sit back and go, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Or all the old people in governance. Everybody just doing their super old ruling party stuff. Like, it's very easy to ignore. You just gotta go, "Ain't that some shit? I'm not a big fan of that, but whatever. What are you gonna do about it? They're all corrupt. What are you gonna do about it? Well, whatever." It's easy. So, yeah, a lot of ways to deal with it. You don't necessarily have to flee. You can just hold up close your eyes and ears, and pay attention to your own life and live your own life, basically. I'm not even saying that's wrong. I'm not even saying that's wrong. That's just what I would do, actually. But maybe that's I am American. Maybe that's my American lone wolf cynicism. I'm pretty sure in other countries they'd be more interested in not letting their country go to shit. But as an American, as a proud American, lone wolf, American can do whatever it does, and I'll do what I do. What I do. Look out for number one, especially how it's going lately. Them calling for the deaths of Democrats was a little surprising to me. I'm jaded as shit and I'm cynical, but them going, "Hey, we gotta hang these Democrats," is like, "Oh, okay, we okay, we reached that stage now, did we? Oh shit. Okay, I didn't know we were going there yet. That's a little faster than I thought. Oh shit. The next 3 months can't go fast enough, is what I'm saying. I'm not afraid of criticizing China as much as I'm afraid of criticizing America. Sheesh, holy shit, things are going crazy.